I look like Simon Cowell, look. I look like Simon Cowell, look. Point. Good evening, dear listener. This is the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee. You?
What?
What's your name?
Catherine.
There we go. And Sam is through there. Friday night. Thank you, George Galloway. A big night for us tonight, because tonight is the 500th show that we have done here at Talk Radio, and we are celebrating by every caller that comes on tonight will be one of our favourite callers from the last 500 shows. How's about them apples? Let's just go straight in there. It's our favourite. It's Caddick.
Hey, baby.
Evening, Caddick.
I went with Caddick.
It's Robert Caddick. That's why I said our favourite.
Wrong, it's Alan.
What the hell is going on here?
I'm in Blackpool.
Oh.
He thought he'd surprise you, Ian.
What? Oh, Jesus. He surprised us by being the first call of the night. Yes, there's a surprise, huh?
But he wanted me to try and be the first call and play you up, thinking it was me instead of him.
We don't like sabotage.
It's not a sabotage, it's a surprise, isn't it?
There'll be a surprise.
It was your 500th show.
Just remember, guys, that there's both Robert and Alan Caddicks, are going to get a surprise some point in the next 30 years. When you least expect it, there'll be a tap on your shoulder, you'll turn round, and there'll be a knuckle sandwich in your face.
When you're big enough. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to happen, guys. That's my way of saying thank you for your surprise.
Thank you, and thank you too as well. But anyway.
Yes?
Congratulations on your 500 shows. Well, I didn't know that till you just said that.
Thank you, Robert. Yes, it's our 500th show. Shut up, Alan. I am talking now. I've finished.
Thank you. I second the motion.
He said something about a samosa.
No,
I'd love a samosa.
Oh, a samosa. What's samosa?
Being back home with a bowl tea.
Hang on a minute. What's samosa you could eat? That's right. That's double racist.
Or you can eat buffet.
What's samosa you can eat, huh? That's racist against the Indians and the Italians.
Did you really say Italian?
I did nearly say it. I'm a bit triple racist.
Oh my God, Ian, your 500 showing you being triple racist. That's a first for you, isn't
Triple racist. Thank you very much, guys. If you want to phone in and be triple racist, of course you can do. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Busy show this evening. It's our 500th show. So this evening, to celebrate 500 shows, Catherine, what guest have we got on at 11?
We've got the owner of the plans for the Magic Stairs we talked about yesterday.
We talked about Magic Stairs, and we will be talking to Magic Stairs tonight at 11.
11.
At 11.
Professor Yun Sung Song.
Come on now.
Seriously.
Come on. Yun Sung Sung Blue by Neil Diamond is... So, that's all happening. It's been an exciting day today. You know, I said there was beef yesterday, and I told the story about phoning up a cinema chain to book tickets, only to be told that the seats next to the wheelchair space had already been booked by some normal people, right? And and I tweeted and had some excellent emails just before we're going on air. Well, at 11:32 today, he was late by 2 minutes. I'm not going to hold that against him. The CEO of the cinema chain, the name of the cinema chain is?
Everyman.
Everyman. Thank you. I'm glad you said that because I couldn't remember. Everyman Cinema. The CEO, that means the chief elevating alderman of the company, Crispin, phoned me up.
Is that his name? Crispin phoned me up?
By coincidence. He phoned me up at 11:32 and I left the children playing a game called Grab by the Ghoulies. It's actually a video game. It's not rude. And it was... Here we go, guys. Everyman Cinema, you get 2 thumbs up from me. If I had more thumbs, you'd get more. He was apologetic. He took on board everything I said, and then he said that actually the chap on the phone, made a mistake by using that language, because saying some normal people, but it also made a mistake by not understanding the company's policy. And the company's policy is, yes, those seats next to the wheelchair spaces are always reserved, but they are reserved for the carers. So those seats, it looked like they had been sold. They hadn't been sold. He should have made that offer to us. And then I said, well, what about the fact that next to it, it's 2 sofas? And you can't, there were 3 of us to sit on 2 sofas and the computer wouldn't allow me. He said, yeah, I know. We've really discussed this a lot, but if we allow people to book online half a sofa, then some people book it just, you know, so they've got the whole sofa to themselves. And some people have, he said, if I could show you the complaints I've had from people who've had to share a sofa with someone inappropriate. But, he said, the venues can override that. So you can't book half a sofa online, but if you get in touch with the venue, they can override it. And here's the thing, guys. I booked the tickets for me and my boys to see Spider-Man Homecoming. And he then put me in touch with the manager of the cinema we were going to go to. It was the cinema in Gerrard's Cross. And he said, this is Mr. Lee. He had a little problem last night. Can you look after him and his family? I said, well, can I bring Mum along, please? And they went, yes. We arrived at the screening was at 2:30. We arrived at the cinema at 2 o'clock. We were spoilt beyond belief. They made, and here's the thing, we weren't spoilt. My boys and my mum were spoilt, and it made my mum's day. We turned up at the home, and I said, Mum, do you want to come and go to the cinema? And she actually said, it's not to see that bloody Spider-Man film.
Did she?
Yes, she did. And I said, well, yes, it is. And she went, oh, yeah, go on then. All right, might as well. And she came, and the manager, whose name escapes me, I'll find it in a bit, she absolutely spoilt my mum. She gave her a glass of wine. She gave out all of us big buckets of popcorn. We got pizza. And I was going, you can't give me... Listen, this isn't why I complained. Let me pay for the wine and the pizza. She went, no. You're our guests. And the thing about the Everyman's... Because I like going to the pictures. And I like the Odeon, I like View, I like those big multiplexes, you know, they serve a purpose. But I think part of the joy of going to the cinema when I was a kid was it was an experience. And I sometimes think that those bigger multiplexes, it's almost like a factory. You go in, you see a movie, you come out. The experience, I think, is lessened. I still like them, I still go to them, I will go to them, but it doesn't feel so special. But with these boutique cinemas, and there are loads of them, there's... what they call, is it Premiere? What are they called? Playhouse? Anyway, and Everyman. And
Picture House.
Picture House, that's it, thank you. Picture House and Everyman and these other ones. They offer a boutique experience. Now, this was a really nice cinema. It was sofas. There was loads of space. You had tables.
The thing is, going to the cinema, it's not really that much cheaper to go to the bigger ones,
No,
is it? And
no.
you're paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can feel like it's not that special.
Yeah. And at the beginning, the manager made a little speech. Hello, I'm the manager, and I'm here in front of everybody. Weren't that many people there. And we watched the Spider-Man film, and I said to my mum halfway through it, dreading her reply, I said, Mum, it's a bit of nonsense, isn't it? But you enjoying it? She went, oh, I can't believe it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I won't give any spoilers, because there's one spoiler. One of the 2 complaints I had about the film, I won't say because it could be a spoiler. But the one thing I can say is, they made Spider-Man's aunt fit. You know, in the story, Spider-Man's aunt...
She's an old dear, isn't she?
She's an old dear, but she's a MILF, and everyone's making jokes about her being fit. It was a brilliant film. And at the end of the film, we stuck around a bit. Everyone got up, apart from me and 2 other groups, because we knew that with these Marvel films, there's always a little bonus bit after the first set of credits. And there was a little bonus bit. And after the bonus bit, we all started to get up, and the manager came and said, just let you know, there's another bonus bit at the end of the film. And there is. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is a proper... funny, laugh-out-loud gag right at the end of the film. Have you seen it, Sam? It is absolutely spot on, right? So you stick around, you see a bit at the end, and then stick around for the bit right at the end. It's a really funny gag, and we loved it. And so, Everyman Cinema, thank you. And then someone on Twitter said, well, they're only doing that because you're famous. And... my response is, possibly they were, because I was kind of playing up that I had a radio show, possibly. But I have an assurance from the head of that cinema chain that he has taken on board everything that was said, and he's glad that the issues were flagged up. So it should benefit everybody who wants to make a booking either because they are in a wheelchair or someone they are going with is in a wheelchair. So yes, it's yes. Maybe I got special treatment. It's quite possible I got special treatment. But I genuinely believe... The head of the company phoned me up, man. When does that happen? I genuinely believe that people will benefit, other people will benefit from having those things kind of ironed out. So that's the end of that saga, and they were superb. And it's a few quid more, but I really recommend, if you've got a small boutique cinema nearby, whether it's a Picture House, an Everyman, there's kind of lots of... There are some just like single independent cinemas. It's more of an event, more of an experience. And I know going to the cinema ain't cheap, but support those guys is what I'm trying to say. So thank you very much for that. 0344 499 1000. It was a good film. I enjoyed it, and it has whetted my appetite for more superhero movies. I love a superhero movie. And all of the trailers before the film were for superhero movies. And it got... Here's the thing, right? This isn't a spoiler. There's something I really want to talk to you about in the film, but I can't because it's kind of a spoiler. But I took my 5-year-old and my 7-year-old, right? There was a point in the film when my 5-year-old, who sat next to me on the sofa, and a great cuddle on the sofa, and he turns round to me and says, "Daddy, what is porn?" Because there's a bit in the film, right? There's someone on a computer kind of hacking into something, and he doesn't want to say, "I'm hacking into something," so he goes, "I'm looking at porn." And it's a big laugh in the cinema. My 5-year-old said, "Daddy, what is porn?" And I ignored it. I did the dad thing. I ignored it. 20 seconds later, "Daddy, what is porn?" And I said, I didn't know. Oh, it's just something on the internet. And then we moved on, and hopefully that is the porn issue dealt with. That's the birds and the bees I think I've done there in that talk. When a 5-year-old turns around and says, "Daddy, what is porn?" I did think, oh, it's a little bit. 0344 499 1000. It's Friday night. It's the 500th show. We're celebrating in style. We're talking Magic Stairs at 11. But you can call in now with absolutely anything you want. You can listen to us on DAB. You can download the app. And goddammit, you can watch us on periscope.tv/Iain Lee. The late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio, digital debate for the UK.
Yeah.
We'll get you talking.
Skeletor got £35 off his budget car insurance at Money's Supermarket, and now he feels like the whole world is queuing for his autograph. Like his life's a standing ovation that'll never end. Like he could light up the sky with a flame. Get £35 off budget car insurance. Another epic deal exclusively from Money's Supermarket. Offer ends August 8. New policies only when purchasing budget car insurance through Money's Supermarket before August 8, 2017. Geographical exclusions apply. See Money's Supermarket for full T's and C's.
When I decided to teach, I had a lot of worries. Am I going to be good enough?
Am I going to be able to control a class?
But I had an absolutely brilliant mentor who really developed my confidence.
She was everything I kind of aspired to be.
He was the backbone of my training.
It makes a massive difference having people on your side.
I wouldn't be doing anything else. It's the best job in the world. I chose to teach.
As a trainee teacher, you'll get great support, including a mentor to build your confidence. Apply now to train in September. Search Apply to Teach.
It's lights out, and away we go. That emergency plumbing job is no match for Nigel and his Renault Traffic van. It's his best performance yet. Renault Pro Plus vans are trusted as the logistics partner to the Renault Sport Formula One team, delivering vital components day in, day out. See how the award-winning Renault Pro Plus range can power your team with reliability and aftercare service you can count on. Visit one of our Renault Pro Plus specialist dealers to find out more.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
It's our 500th show this evening, and every caller that it comes on the air is one that we've reached out to ask them to come and celebrate our special evening with us. 0344 499 1000. And here's Paul Akimbola.
Hello.
Hey, Paul. Thanks very much for joining us for our 500th show. What are your memories of the 500th show? What's the highlight of the last 499 shows for you?
I was called in.
When you called in. Yes, that was a highlight for us too, and that's why we got you back for the anniversary special.
A
me and my mate Shane wanted to form a duo called Shane, and we used to cover I'm Too Sexy.
Let me have a guess. You're in nappies and you do poos in them while you're singing, yeah? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And how has your life changed since you've been on the show, Paul? What opportunities are presenting themselves to you?
Well, I'm now doing the enterprise course with the British Trust.
Fantastic.
Trying to set up a media company.
Brilliant.
And we
yes,
Mum, I would like in the future.
Yes,
I would like to launch a joint venture channel called Sky Walk Television.
Okie dokie, yes.
We'll use the old Sky logo from the 90s.
Yes.
Old Sky logo in the 90s.
Paul, that's a great call. Thank you very much indeed. Don't forget tonight, guys, it's the 500th show. 0344 499 1000. Your memories of the last 499 shows, where you were when you first heard the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee and her Catherine Boyle, and how your life has changed as a direct result. You've not got long, Paul, because you're getting right on my nerves, sunshine.
Hello, I don't mean to get on your nerves.
No, well, Paul, you do, mate. So here's the thing. I think it will be best for all of us if you found another radio show.
Okay, I'll just have a nice...
No, Paul. No, Paul. No, I'm sick and tired of me being nice to you and then you sending me rude, offensive emails.
I didn't send you a rude...
Yes, you did, mate. We read it out on air.
I didn't think it was rude.
Well, calling me an idiot, mate. Paul, shut up. Shut up. So calling me an idiot and telling me how to do my job is rude, mate. I've had enough of it. So I suggest you find another radio show.
Can I say my...
No, you can't. No, it doesn't work like that, mate. You've lost the right to play with my football.
Can't we play five-a-side?
No, mate, you can't. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of me being really nice to you and really polite to you.
You're not normally very nice to me. Usually just...
All right, Paul, I'll make it easy for you. Get stuffed, go and find another radio show. You're not welcome. There we go, that's that sorted. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'll be more than welcome. Good evening, Nikki.
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Kath.
Hello, Nikki.
What you got for us next?
Hello. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for reaching out for me for the 500 show.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. We couldn't have done this show without you tonight, Nikki. We could not have done it without you. That's why we got you on.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's appreciated.
Ian, you and I seem to always see films at roughly the same time.
Oh,
I
yes.
just saw Spider-Man last night.
Oh, well, it has only just come out, so that's not...
Well, it's been out for a week or so.
Okie dokie. Well, we can't do a spoiler.
Of course.
There were two things that made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
One was his aunt being sexy.
I didn't mind that.
I'm going to say something, and everybody put your fingers in your... Okay, I'm going to say this, but we can't really discuss it, okay, Nikki?
Okay.
I had problems with the Spider-Man suit. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yay! There was no... That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to ruin it, because it's still a great film. But the suit... I have problems with that.
Yeah, I don't, it wasn't perfect.
No.
I don't think it was as good as the original ones from like a decade ago.
Well, you say the original ones. I'm old enough to remember the television series from the late 70s. So.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, indeed. Yes, you're speaking to Methuselah himself. But it was good. I enjoyed it, and I love it. I kind of prefer the Marvel movies over the DC movies because they've got a delicious sense of humour about them.
Yeah, I think it'd be hard to find someone who prefers the DC movies. They're a bit dry.
They're very dry. And here's the thing, right? My boys, and I don't know why, but their favourite thing is once I pointed it out to them, right, I said, all of these films, pretty much every Marvel superheroes film, Stan Lee pops up in it.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee gets a really meaty role in this one. He gets 2 lines. And so every time we're watching a film, my boys go, oh, Stan Lee! Daddy, look, it's Stan Lee! And they get really excited by Stan Lee!
Do you know what? Even though it happens in every film, it always takes me by surprise.
I love it. It's like I think
always forget it's going to happen.
I think it's so great. Stan Lee, about 12 years ago, did a show on the Sci-Fi Channel called Stan Lee's Become a Superhero or something. And I think I was the only person that watched it, right? It was a reality show, and it started off with 12 contestants who designed their own superhero. And they had a name and a backstory, and they got a costume built for them, right, by the TV company. And then they had to go and do a series of, like, superhero-style tests. And the winner, I think the winner got a comic book and maybe got a movie. I don't know if that ever happened. But I was obsessed with this show, and no one else in the world watched it. There was one brilliant test, right, where they had to get from point A to point B in the quickest time to stop the guy escaping with the diamonds or something, right? And it was done in a real-life shopping centre with hidden cameras everywhere, right? So they're all running around and doing all this stuff, right? And only one of them passed the test. Loads of them caught the crook. Only one of them passed the test, and I'll tell you why. They had to run past an 8-year-old girl that was crying. And the only one that passed the test was the one that thought, yeah, they've just stolen some diamonds, but I'm going to help this little... Are you okay, little girl? Can I help you? And it was beautiful, and Stan Lee was furious with the rest of them for running past. He said, none of my superheroes would ever run past a little girl crying in a shopping mall. It was brilliant!
That reminds me of that scene from Men in Black. Have you ever seen it?
I've never seen Men in Black 1, 2 or 3.
Oh, there's a scene where they're doing some training against some cardboard cutouts of aliens.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly how it goes, but Will Smith's character is the only one who shoots the little girl. I forget why, because of something she's holding or something.
I think it's integral to make this story heartwarming that you tell us why. Otherwise, it just sounds cold.
Oh, I remember. It's because she doesn't look at all scared. So unnatural.
Nicky, thank you very much, sir. Thank you indeed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, all of the callers tonight have been special to either myself or to Catherine or to Sam over the past 499 shows. We have reached out to everybody that's coming on the show tonight and asked them to be a very special part of what is going to be a very, very special evening. If you want us to reach out to you, then give us a call. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number, and you'd be very, very welcome on. After 11, it's stairs that make it, I think, 36% easier to walk up and down the stairs. I think that was the thing that we were talking about yesterday. I'm not really, really sure. I'm trying to reserve some energy tonight, because normally this would be my freaking weekend, baby, and I'd be about to have me some fun. But oh, no, 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 no. Tomorrow night, I'm on Talk Radio at 9 o'clock, 9 till 12, 3 hours of straight to air. The producer phoned me up, some lad, I don't know his name. And he went, I went to the accent. And he said, what do you need for tomorrow night? Do you want me to book some guests? I went, oh, what do you want? I said, dude, you are going to bring a book. You are going to have the easiest night of your life, because we're going to do 3 hours of straight to air, and I'll just talk. If no one calls in, I'll talk for 3 hours. And he said, oh, okay, what time do you want me in? What time do you want me in? Catherine, you should take note of that.
I'm in long before you.
What time, not always, what time do you want me in? I said, dude, what time does the show start? He said 9. I said, right, why don't we get in at 8:45? You could hear the tightening of his chest. He went, well, maybe I'll come in a little bit earlier. I said, that's absolutely fine. I'll see you at 8:45, if you're lucky. And so tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, that is happening. Call straight to air for 3 hours. Could be fun, could be a car crash, could be dead silent, because I know, it's not really what happens then. And then Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, I'm doing Virgin Radio.
What's that?
I'm playing my electric guitar, but it looks like I'm stroking my penis. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
The Unexplained, Sunday night from 10.
Can you turn the speakers down about 8%?
Have you ever wondered whether the internet really does have a future? Or whether hackers and scammers will bring it to
What is this trail about?
Have you ever wondered whether one of these days we'll have a human colony on Mars? And have you ever wondered whether one of these days soon a robot will take your job? Exterminate!
sponsors is one of the world's most famous scientists, Dr. Michio Kaku, and he's exclusively on The Unexplained with me, Hal 9000, the all-new Howard Hughes radio bot. The Unexplained, Sunday night from 10, Earth time, on Talk Radio. Now I wonder if that gorgeous vacuum cleaner will let me buy them a drink.
Late night Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Staying alive, staying alive. Ooh, 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 I'm staying alive. Woo-hoo.
Such applause.
Night fever, night fever. The thing about Barry Gibb, he shot himself in the foot, right? Because the Bee Gees had some hits in the 60s, and they did some terrible records in the early 70s. There's a great documentary about them. You see them playing, like, working men's clubs in, like, 1973. And then, like, one day in the studio, I don't know exactly how it happens, but, like, Barry goes, I wonder what would happen if I sang in a falsetto voice. And so they start doing records like that, and then they start selling bucket loads of records, right? And then all of their records have got the falsetto. Here's why he shot himself in the foot, right? He can't do it now. He can't do the... Have you seen him try and do the falsetto voice? It's that thing, right? We've all done it when we go and see ageing pop stars. 0344 499 1000 if you want to give us a call. And sometimes they can't hit the notes. And we kind of fill in the blanks, because we know the songs. We sort of fill in the blanks a little bit. But I saw a video of him doing Night Fever. He couldn't... It was nothing.
Also, he's a bit of a lonely Joe these days, isn't he?
Well, he hated the other two.
Yeah, no, but he still needed their voices. What you doing on your back?
He's one. I bet he's one of those now that he does a lot of the Robbie Williams. Oh, hey, it's your turn. You sing it. And the audience are going, Night fever. Yeah, they'll do it. Pay 50 quid for this. Sounds like Pob now, doesn't he? Sounds like Pob now. Sorry? What's that?
Pob.
That's not Pob.
Go on then. You do Pob.
It's a pub, isn't it?
That's not Pob.
You don't know what Pob is.
Yes, I do. I used to love Pob.
What is Pob?
A little wooden puppet thing
Yeah.
with a stripy jumper.
It's a pub, isn't it?
I've made 2 Pobs out of socks.
Guys, this is an emergency meeting of Cobra. We need... This is the thing, if I was Prime Minister, right, I'd start a gang and say, right, we're the Cobra Gang, right? The Cobra Kai!
Which is why you must never ascend to power.
The Cobra Kai! And I'd get leather jackets with Cobra Kai and a cobra coming up on the back.
What, like Karate Kid?
Yeah, exactly. And we'd meet in...
a dojo?
Yeah, we'd call it the dojo. Instead of it being like the war cabinet, we'd go be in the dojo. That's what I would do.
In the dojo.
Oh. We need... This is emergency, guys. Can someone phone in and please give us... And you talk about niche radio... please, for the love of all that is holy, phone in and give us an impression of Pob to prove that once again I know more than what she does. Don't go on YouTube.
I'm not.
Mate, I can see your reflection. I can see exactly what page you're
I'm
on.
looking for something well
YouTube.
impressive. No, it's not YouTube.
It's not YouTube?
It's not YouTube.
It's not YouTube?
It's me too.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I do wonder on a Friday night. By the way, if you tune in at 10 for this rubbish, okay, you're missing out on 3 hours of cracking radio before us. And Mr. George Galloway. It varies how much I agree with him. It's usually between 50 and 65% I agree with. But either way, it's an absolute brilliant listen. I mean, he came out with a great line. I tweeted it. It's something like, Theresa May hasn't even got authority in her own street. Brilliant line. Absolutely. And I know some people hate George, and even if you disagree with him, right, you're missing out on some cracking radio, some absolutely cracking radio that gets you thinking, and it's to come on after that. I know it's a thrill. I'm also aware that loads of people turn off at 10 because they don't want to hear this rubbish, and that's fine as well. But I do wonder if anybody is anybody out there? If anybody is actually listening this evening. Here's a funny story.
Go on.
And I don't know how this happened, as I've not read the story, so we'll discover. Join us on a journey of discovery as we find out what happened here. A man who got trapped inside a cash machine passed notes to customers via the receipt slot saying, "Please help." Several dismissed it as a prank before one heard a faint voice inside and called police. They too thought it was a joke at first, but finally kicked down the door to end the man's 2-hour ordeal. The contractor had been changing a lock on the Bank of America. This is how lazy the Americans are, right? They are. America is one of the greatest countries in the world, but it is populated by some of the laziest people in the world. He'd been changing a lock on the Bank of America drive-through kiosk. Although
I need to get some money, but I don't want to use my legs.
Saying that, I've found a brilliant way of posting letters, right? There's a post box at the end of my street, and it's not a tall pillar box. It's like one of those sort of slightly dumpier rectangular ones.
Gotcha.
Right, so it's made of brick, and it's got the red door at the front, right? And it's down the end of my street, but on the other side. So I'm on the left-hand. As you're driving up my street, I'm on the left-hand side, and this is on the right-hand side, right? And I post letters. I had to post letters today for a Star Wars Lego competition. My 5-year-old. Daddy, are you good at quizzes? I'm brilliant at quizzes. I won Mastermind. Which one of these is a planet in Star Wars? Is it Skywalker, Jedi, or Tatooine? I went, right, come on. Right, so we did that. And then he found an envelope. And he got it ready to send off himself, right? And all he'd done was he'd circled the right answer, put it in an envelope, sealed it, and just written on the front, Star Wars.
Oh, he should win for that.
Oh, no, I gave him a clip round the ear. I said, idiot.
Waste of envelopes.
No, and I said, oh, well, you've done very well, but we need to write a letter to let them know what our name and address is, where you live, and so we did all that. And then we went to post the letter. And as I got closer to the letterbox, I thought, I'm going to have to stop the car, turn the engine off. Seatbelt's going to have to come off. Open the door. Get out. Put it in there. Get back in. Sit down. Shut it. Put the seatbelt on. Start the car. Mirror signal maneuver. Drive off. I thought, you know what? I can't be bothered. So what I did was I drove up on the pavement. So I'm driving along the pavement. And then the slot is just at the right height. Window open. Pop it in. I'm off.
One word.
Yeah?
Wall-E.
Hey! You keep thinking I'm going to be like those people in Wall-E. But it's a great... So actually, there's me mocking the Americans, watching the detectives. But actually, I get it. If I could do this show sat in my car... if I could do all my bodily functions, everything in my car...
What do you do in your car?
Songs about... All right, there we go. Songs about cars. I'll go first. I like driving in my car, madness.
Little Red Corvette, Prince.
Okie dokie. All right, and here's a rule. You're not allowed to do Beach Boys songs. And I'm making that hard on myself.
Okay.
Jump into my car, David Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Get out of my dreams, get into my car, Billy Ocean.
Okay. Baby, you can drive my car, the Beatles.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, this is a good game.
Shut Up and Drive, Rihanna.
It could be a milk float. we don't know for sure.
Okay.
She loves a pint of milker.
Okay, here we go then.
Yes.
Big Red GTO, Sunita.
Oh, mate, yeah, go on. I'll give you that because I have to by the rules of the car poker. Let me have a little thinky think here. Ooh.
Oh, I've got a great one.
Whoa, steady on, dude. Don't wave at the snooker players. It's my car. No. Car. Driving.
I can smell victory.
No, mate. Not at all. Driving. Cars. Cars, driving. Can't do Beach Boys because that would be cheating.
Stop looking on Twitter. Stop it.
Oh, do you know what? I think I'm out. Go on.
Pink Cadillac.
All
leather seats.
right. Driving along in my automobile. We're back in the game.
Okay.
Go.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Are we allowed trucks?
What do you think? We're playing car poker. Wouldn't allow Rihanna's milk float, so I ain't allowing trucks.
All right then. Okay.
Not allowing.
It's worth a try.
Yeah, of course it's worth a try because you're a
Okay.
you're a cheat.
What about Chitty Bang Bang? Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang. Oh, you pretty shitty bang bang, pretty shitty bang bang. We love you. Oh, what? Sorry.
You were not saying chitty.
Chitty bang bang.
No, when you were
Oh,
singing, you
I'm
were
saying,
singing.
oh, you pretty shitty bang bang, pretty shitty bang bang. We love you. Oh, well, I'm singing it. Gatford, would you like to join us at the car poker table?
Yes, please.
No milk floats, no trucks.
Okay, I've got one.
Well, can you have a cough? Can you have a cough first?
No, because this is how good the voice is at the moment.
Okay,
Oh,
all right, mate. Stop
dear.
showing off.
The talent has gone, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Who's going to drive you home by the car?
Whoa!
Not about a car.
Bang, 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 bang. Hang on a
You
second.
didn't allow shut up and drive. You're not allowing that.
Mate, that is a double whammy. The
No.
group is the cars.
No.
Who's going to
No.
drive you home?
No.
What, drive him?
No.
What are they going to drive?
Shut up and drive then. Could be driving home in a lorry.
Gatford, I'm allowing
You
that.
said no trucks.
Thank you, Ian.
No milk floats. But have you got another one? You're such a bad caller. Go on, Craig, what you got?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Craig.
No, we can't.
Marvellous. Little red Corvette.
Can you hear me, Craig?
Go away. Go away, loser. Don't have to put up with this. See, when I was in LBC, I used to get good calls. But here we get rubbish. I got him a Chrysler. It's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail.
Fast car. Tracy Chapman.
Oh God, you got a fast car. Let me have a little.
No.
What? Cars by Gary Newman. In cars, boom, boom, boom. Here in my car, I'm going to go in my car. I'm going to drive in my car. In cars, boom, boom.
Daddy's Car by the Cardigans.
Sorry?
Yeah.
It
It was real. And there's also Daddy's Car by Divine Comedy.
Yeah, I'm having that one.
No, you're not.
Let's have a break.
Across the UK, online and
Struggling a bit tonight.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you.
I used to be a security guard. Work nights. Instead of being at home with the kids watching TV, I was always at work with Big Barry watching CCTV. But now I drive with Uber. I don't have to work on social hours if I don't want to, and I can do and watch whatever I want.
Daddy, can I watch Doggy Detective?
Brilliant.
Work or not?
Yeah,
At the touch
yeah.
of a button.
Pub, yeah.
Find out more.
I made that.
You haven't got a fucking clue how Pub speaks.
I have.
It's a pub.
undo the ties.
You're doing. Oh, now you're doing the voice I'm doing. Before you just went.
That's what you did.
It's a pub.
The award-winning
It's a
Jeep
pub.
Renegade with legendary
Yeah,
Jeep
don't fucking
capability,
turn it around.
5-star
Got
safety
witnesses here.
touchscreen technology, and save an extra £2,250 in addition to existing offers only when you test drive in July. Unmap, unwind, and be Renegade. Visit jeep.co.uk to claim your £2,250 test drive voucher.
Orders by 31st of July. Retail customers only. Participating dealers only. Savings against list price. T's and C's apply. Visit jeep.co.uk.
Morning. Sorry, Stevie's a bit poorly, so we won't be coming to nursery today.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
So I brought Max instead. I packed his favourite toy. He normally naps twice a day and loves playing outside.
Like getting your money's worth? Try the spicy chicken snack wrap. Just $1.49 from the McDonald's Saver menu. From 10:30am. Price of participation.
I'm bumming
Did
it.
your husband accidentally transfer the contents of your joint account to a Nigerian prince called Trust Me Good Man? Perhaps you bought diet pills on the internet that made you frightened to cough. Or maybe your exotic mail-order bride turned out to be a Ukrainian pig farmer called Igor.
When the con is
Do the hustle!
you need a man who's on it. Listen to the Radio Hustle with scam-busting Supremo Alexis Conran and get the inside track on all the latest swindles, schemes, tricks and traps the fraudsters are using to get their hand from your cash.
Get tipped off, not ripped off. The Radio Hustle with Alexis Conran, enemy of the con man.
Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Hello, John, got a new motor? Hello, John, got a new motor? Thank you. Hang on a minute, just bear with me for a second.
Well.
Hang on. So your impression was nothing like him.
Oh, come on. It's very accurate. Car wash.
That's not about cars! That is not about cars! That's not about cars!
No, it is.
No, it's not. It's about car wash. It's not about cars. Could you get to
What are
work?
they washing?
No. Could you drive?
What are they washing?
Could you drive?
What are they washing?
Could you?
What are they washing?
Could you
Qu'est-ce
drive?
qu'ils lavent?
Les automobiles.
So it's about cars.
No, it's not. It's about the machine that's used to wash a car.
What are they washing now?
Well, no, but they're not. Utter guff.
I'm not counting Gatford either.
Police found the man, rescued him, and then shot him. So that's that story about a man stuck inside a cash machine. I'm finding it hard to create a vibe this evening. Do you know what I mean? Feels a bit, little bit of vibe.
Well, it's the 500th vibe you've tried to emit. So it's tricky.
This reminds me of the 239th show that was very flat, and also the 406th.
Yeah,
show.
tricky shows.
Tricky shows, guys. Tricky shows. Yeah, so not much of a vibe here this evening, guys.
Maybe you can help.
Maybe you can help. If you've found any vibe lurking around, then please get in touch.
Has anyone seen Bobby Brown's vibe lately?
Oh, come on, let's not. Why are we going there?
Well, girl, you got that vibe.
I still miss Whitney.
So do I.
I do miss Whitney. Imagine if we could now go, ladies and gentlemen, coming up after 11, we got Whitney Houston on the show, live on the line from LA. Wouldn't that be great?
Hell of a show.
Wouldn't that be great? Whitney Houston. It's very sad, the whole Whitney Houston thing. I started listening to some Elvis Costello music after listening to his audiobook. I like it.
Your thoughts, yes.
I think he's great. I think he's got a lot of spunk, and he certainly sprays it over his records. Oh. Hey, speaking of spraying spunk over records...
Wow.
I bought... You've seen the thing I bought. Yeah, no, I tell you what I bought. Right, don't go, I found a new thing that's not eBay called Etsy. Mm-hmm. The Greeks say Etsy-ketsy. If you go, how are things? They go, Etsy-ketsy, up and down. It's called Etsy. And
it's for sort of crafts people.
Well, this is what I thought. It was for just sort of crafts people. But no, it's not. I'll come to you in a minute, Simon. There's some there's a weird thing on there, right?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
What is the weird thing?
miniature, and by miniature I mean like tiny versions of DVDs and CDs for dolls' houses.
Okay.
Go on Etsy, right? And you do this as well, dear listener. Go on Etsy and type in monkeys, DVDs, miniature. And there are all these DVDs. I thought, those DVDs are cheap. And then you read the description, and it says these are... yeah, isn't it? And they're brilliant. These are miniature DVDs.
And CDs.
And CDs for a doll's house. How big are they? Because
Miniature they are.
even in the picture, they look tiny. They need to have put it.
Size here, hang on.
They need to have put it next to a 50p for perspective.
This isn't helpful.
But
They've put quite low down in the description.
Yeah.
These are miniature replicas and not full size.
Yeah.
They do not open and do not contain DVDs or CDs.
Yeah, I know. That's nuts, isn't it? So I don't really know much about Etsy. So I've been
hang on.
Go on.
They've put some of them next to pennies. They're not much bigger than a penny.
The DVDs are ever so slightly taller than a penny. Flip it, and they look proper, but why?
As the owner of two little girls who have a doll's house, I look at that and just see, Hoover fodder. That would be all over the shop.
So this is what I thought Etsy was, and there is lots of fan art on there, but I found a wealth of old record players. 'Cause I was looking for an old record player for my sister. I found a better way of doing it, and the guy on Etsy very kindly refunded me. I found a better way of doing it. But so I was looking on there, and then I've kind of half got in the back of my head I want to buy an old gramophone player, an old wind-up gramophone with old 78s, because I think they're beautiful. It will sound fun. The boys will enjoy it, and I'll bring it in one night. So I was looking at that last night, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I found this amazing thing. Let me just find it, and let me just read the description to you, because I found this, right, and it was quite expensive, but it is quite simply the most amazing thing I've ever seen. This will give me the power of the gods, right? It's a picture of a box, sort of a red funnel, like a vuvuzela.
A what?
A vuvuzela.
Pardon?
And like a record, a silver record. And this is the description. Rare 1930s My Voice Speakeasy Mechanical Home Gramophone Recorder. I saw that, I thought, what? The description goes like this. I will come to you in a minute, Simon, I promise. This extremely rare piece of voice recording history is a 1930s My Voice Speakeasy mechanical home recorder. It was made by Electricolour Products of London. These days, how rude.
Sorry.
It's easy to communicate directly with friends and relatives. And it is, because I thought about that. I thought, what do they mean? And I realised they meant emails, phone calls, texts.
FaceTime.
WhatsApp, the Insta-chat, all of that stuff.
Insta-chat?
It's the one where you can send them a picture of your privates and then it goes in 10 seconds before the police come. But in the 1930s, I hope I've understood that correctly, otherwise I'm in for a whole heap of trouble.
Your sister's furious.
Well, so are the police. That's who I've been sending them to. The only way a person could hear your voice was face-to-face by radio or telephone if you were rich to own one. This mechanical device is amazing as it allowed you to record a short message, song, instructions on a record disc using your home gramophone attached to a mechanical recorder. Once the message was effectively etched in the form of grooves, similar to a compact disc, you placed the record in the envelope supplied, sent it to your relative, and they could play back your message on their own gramophone at 78 RPM. This thing makes records. And the company called it, and this is a great description, this is how it was described, making photographs of your voice. Oh! It is incredible. And so there's... and it's there. It is there. You get 13 discs. 2 have been used. There are 11 blank discs. Now, they don't know if it works. I said, do you know if this works? She says, no, everything is here, but we haven't tested it. The thing is, it's mechanical. It's not electrical. It's all mechanical. So if it doesn't work, it will be possible to... And I've Googled this. I have not found anything. I can't find anything about this in the history books at all. And it was quite expensive. It was 155 quid. And I bought it. And I bought it, and it's coming to me. And here's where you can come in, dear listener. I will make you a bespoke record for £100. How about that? I'll make him a bespoke record. I'm going full gonch. I'm going to make a fortune here. So I'm going to be making... Can you believe this, Simon? I am going to be making my own records. Only 11, though.
I can believe that. Yeah, I can actually.
It's, it's very well. It's very echoey on this line.
Hold on. I'll pull over. I'm somewhere where I can pull over. And
Oh, beautiful.
I'll switch over the doodah. Is that any better?
Oh, mate, that's significantly better. Thank you. What you got for us, fella?
So this time last week, you'd have been squeaking on my leather sofa.
Oh, it's this, Simon. Yes, we were.
It's the Morpeth, Simon. So did you enjoy your time in
overlooking the views of New York. We had the best time. The best time.
Yeah.
It was great. We had such a great weekend that it is That was me on that Friday saying I never want to do any more live shows again. I've just booked us.
You booked in a big tour.
I booked us up for a tour, and I'm looking at going to Belfast and Dublin in January or February next year.
Yeah. No, that's the obviously the first time I've went to see a Rabbit Hole live, and
Yes.
it was a really good experience. I went with Harry, Custard
Well done.
Harry.
I'm glad you came.
And, we had a good time.
It was good, but here's the thing, guys. This tour we're doing, it's small venues, sort of 40 to 60 seats. So book it because I'd hate for you to be sat at the back.
The stand looked pretty sold out.
They did a good job. They put the curtains in the right place, so they did. It was a great venue. We were thrilled, and and the first Rabbit Hole that was recorded there is out now, guys. Go to iTunes, type in Rabbit Hole, Iain Lee, Catherine Boyle, and it will download to your MP3 player of choice.
Excellent. And did you enjoy Tynemouth? I mentioned that was a good place.
Yeah, it was good.
We had a lovely time in
Yeah,
Tynemouth.
I had an absolutely cracking time. It was superb.
No, it's a good location. I made the mistake of looking on Periscope and reading some of the comments.
Oh, don't. Don't. It really is a great form of bellend that leaves comments on Periscope. Ignore those guys.
No, it was quite amusing, actually. But no, I just wanted to say, it was nice to have you.
Well, it's great to have you as part of our 500th show this evening, Simon. We're glad that you were able to, when we put in the request to get you on, I know it was touch and go, but I'm glad you managed to clear everything and make it on this very, very special show this evening.
Yeah, well, I just tuned in. I actually tuned in about 20 minutes ago when there was some weird sounds going on. I've been working tonight, so as soon as I finish work, I'll pop you on.
Good lad.
But I sort of tuned in when lots of weird noises and sounds going on. I wasn't quite sure.
No idea what
that
you're
was
talking
Iain.
Yes.
That was Ian's
Is it?
mouth.
Yes. All right. It sounded cool, like.
Thank you, Simon. It's always a pleasure, never a chore. Thank you. We're going to move on because we're coming up to the break. Dom, you'll be on after the news at 11. And then...
Well, you won't because we've got a guest.
Well, Dom, you just have to wait because we've got a guest who's going to talk to us about magic stairs. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. It's one of those shows tonight. It's neither one thing or t'other. You can call in about anything. We'll sit here and chat nonsense and talk about what's in the papers. We're going to talk about magic stairs in a bit. But you are very, very welcome to call in and set the agenda yourselves. I do need to find out where I can buy blank records from to make. So I'm gonna. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be my fortune. Is making bespoke 78 RPM records for people. That's the plan, guys. You're listening to Talk Radio. You can, of course, download the Talk Radio app. You'd be foolish if you hadn't checked us out on DAB. Or tonight you can watch the show. Hi. Periscope.tv/Iain Lee. The late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio, the 21st century dream team of dialogue, debate and discourse.
Talk Radio, give it some lift.
The trials begin, families at war, battles for the throne, until you can take no more.
No more?
Okay, one more.
How about loads more? With the Now TV Entertainment Pass, you can stream every new episode of Game of Thrones Season 7. Plus, you'll also get a 14-day free trial. Just search Now TV Game of Thrones.
And let your trial begin.
Exactly. Want to watch at mine? I've got Chris.
Ooh.
18 plus, new customers only, pass also renews at $7.99 a month unless cancelled.
Back a bit. No, forward. Bit more. Now, back.
Forward! Wait, forward! At Valent, we can't help you get your van into the tightest spaces, but our award-winning EcoFit Pure Boilers with their rear flue option are designed to easily fit into small cupboards. And a boiler and flue pack costs from just £750 plus 20% VAT. Valent, with you all the way. Just search Valent EcoFit for more.
I need a poo, guys.
Man, that Hypnos bed is comfortable. Time to get up, work to do. Shower, tick. Shave, tick. Dressed, next question. Time for all-you-can-eat brekkie with the fellas. Bacon, sausages and more
Beans.
bacon. Probably even some
Have some beans, you fucker.
Today is a big day. Because you are scaffold.
Highway
Whatever your story,
to
this is a great place to
danger
start.
zone.
Premier Inn. Premier You.
Breakfast prices and options may vary. Exclude certain locations. Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking. Talk Radio.
Dear listener, you'd be foolish not to take part, and you are very, very welcome. This is a late-night phoning show, unlike any other, in that you can call in about absolutely anything you want. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. You're listening to Talk Radio.
From the Sky News Centre at 11, ministers are being urged to restrict the sale
just
of
wrote an
acid
ass on my screen.
following 5 attacks in London.
Write it. Can you write it in the box? Because the message it doesn't all stay up there.
Your drains. No one should be able to buy sulfuric acid unless they're a builder or a workman who needs it in the course of their profession, and they should have to have a licence.
That's Labour's Shadow Home Secretary Diane Abbott talking about what happened last night. 2 teenage boys aged 15 and 16 have been arrested in connection with the attacks. 5 people were taken to hospital. A decision on whether Charlie Gard will be allowed to go abroad for treatment will be made by the 25th of July. The terminally ill baby's parents have been appealing at the High Court for the right to take him away. A silent walk's taken place to honour those killed in the Grenfell Tower fire last month in West London. Residents held it in private so people affected could come together. Thousands of people have turned out to pay their respects at Bradley Lowry's funeral, as Kevin Gover reports.
A lone piper playing Amazing Grace escorted Bradley as his coffin was taken into St Joseph's Church in Blackwall.
Celebrate the life of a wonderful little boy who touched the lives of millions of people.
His mum, Gemma, read a poem.
For now, my baby, we'll say goodbye. We'll meet again, our superhero high in the sky.
The mascot's fight against a rare form of cancer was a very public one.
Missed for so long. It really gets to you, breaks your heart.
Mourners were told Bradley had a pure and innocent love of the beautiful game.
It's a man, by the way.
Right, you've written...
A complaint made
So-
by
so
Prince
Professor
Harry
Song.
about intrusion into his
Yeah.
private life has been upheld by the
His
press
first name is
watchdog.
Yoon
The Mail Online published pictures of him on a beach in
Don't you have
Jamaica,
coffee?
taken with a
Coffee,
long
please,
lens camera. And Roger Federer says he's ready to make Wimbledon history on Sunday. He's into an 11th final after beating Thomas Burdick in straight sets. He'll now take on Marin Cilic. That's the latest. I'm Barry Weir.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
You know when you click a button on your computer and it doesn't work? It don't matter. It don't matter. These things happen. Computers... do you know the number of times I phone up a call centre, or when I went to get my car after the expensive, not really any work done to it vibe, and the number of times people go, computers are running very slowly today. And my stock response is one of those stock things, isn't it, when you're a bit embarrassed. I don't think the computers are ever running slowly. I think they run at the same speed that they always run. And my stock response in that scripted little scenario is to go, well, and they're supposed to make things better for us, but do they? I don't think so. That's my little that's the role I play in that scene, and that's how it goes on. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Now, we talked about this, we saw this story in the paper yesterday, and it kind of blew my mind. The incredible springy staircase that stores and recycles energy to help the elderly or pregnant women climb steps. I would also add in there, slightly overweight, lazy men in their mid-40s, because, sometimes I find at the end of a long day, getting up the stairs really can be quite hard work. And it caught my attention And so now we're going to speak to Professor Song, who is assistant professor at Missouri. This is great. Listen to this. The Missouri University of Science and Technology, part of the team behind the stairs. Good evening, Professor.
Hello. Nice to have you here.
Oh, it's delightful for me to be here while you're here, Professor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me about these stairs. Did you have a meeting one day and you kind of all the boffins said, we need to improve stairs? How did it come about?
Yes, well, so the original idea came from one of the co-workers, Dr. Liu, whose mom is really healthy but has a little bit of trouble walking up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then when she went to a conference and saw this ankle exoskeleton, as they call it,
yes,
a springy ankle brace that can help people walk, then we were thinking, can we do something similar for stairs going up and down? And then we quickly found that it's not actually feasible to have someone wear a springiness and go up and down the stairs. Instead, we flipped the idea around and put the springs on the stairs such that the stairs themselves become assistants for you.
Now, I love the sound of this. So tell me, how does it work? You don't completely replace the stairs, do you? These go on top of your existing stairs.
Yes, so you don't have to replace your stair. Well, of course you can if you wanted to, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
So these, the modules that we developed are designed to be placed on top of existing stairs. You don't have to replace or go to somewhere else or some other buildings to use it. Exactly.
And how does it work? What's happening? I can't even believe I'm asking this. What is happening in the stairs? What have you done?
Yeah, so when you first introduced it, that was quite a nice introduction because they are actually springy stairs we developed. So the steps, instead of them being really rigid and hard and just being in place, we made the stair treads to be able to go up and down connected with the springs. So what that does is that when you're actually going down the steps, you are, as you're taking one step at a time down, you're actually pressing against the step as it extends the springs and saves energy inside the springs.
Yeah.
So as you're walking down, you're keeping on compressing the springs, per se. And those energy are kept there. And now later on, when you're going up the steps, the springs unlatch underneath you, meaning they release underneath you and then return the energy that you have put.
So they gently push, as you're going up, they gently push your feet up?
Yes, exactly.
Man, I love it. I love it. I've got two very young children who are 7 and 5. And they are at the age, Professor, where they like to jump from as high as they can on the stairs to the floor. So I think the record at the moment in our house is jumping from the 5th step down to the floor. Would this, this, you probably haven't done tests on this, so this may be out of your remit, but would this send them flying across the room if they try to jump from the 5th step?
Well, first of all, well, those are some of the very possible failure scenarios, as I would call it these days, but they're not recommended, so please watch out for those children that would not do so. I have a 4-year-old, and I really wouldn't have him near the stairs, but that said, the springs will not be able to throw you off, even if you're using it as they should be.
Yeah.
The strength of the springs are designed such that it can never throw you up. You can push it down, or it will gently move you up as you move up, but it will not, actively outpower you. That cannot happen.
I've been wondering, me and Catherine, who you've spoken to, we went recently to New York to do the show from New York, and there was a thing in JFK Airport where we walked along a bit, and there was a sign saying the floor here generates electricity and is lighting these lights up. And as you walked along, some lights would light up, and it was apparently the pressure of you stepping on was creating a force. I don't understand why we don't use people walking to generate energy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, to power the TV and the lights and stuff?
Yeah, so that is what we call energy harvesting, which I would like to distinguish with energy recycling.
Right.
Well, they're kind of similar, but energy harvesting is where it's usually where you turn the mechanical energy or physical energy from the impact from walking into some other form of energy, which is electricity. And in that harvesting, what happens is that you lose most of the energy. You just harvest very little portion of it, which can only be used for like lighting of signs or whatnot. But if you use springs, and you can store a whole lot of energy, and then don't have to convert it, and then don't have to worry about the loss between the conversion, and use it for the same purpose of mechanical assistance. Now, there are devices that you wear during your walking to power, for example, your cell phone or something.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm sure this is getting more popular, as you saw in the JFK airport.
What happened? Are these stairs actually going to be available on sale? Because quite often over here, I don't know what it's like over there, Professor, but quite often we've got a couple of newspapers that will write these stories about these amazing discoveries and these incredible inventions, like these springy stairs, and then you never hear anything of them ever again because it didn't work out, or it never. Are these actually going to happen? Are we going to be able to see these in stores soon?
Oh, yes. I don't know how soon it's going to be, but that is definitely the hope of the whole team. And we are actually very hopeful because we believe that we have tackled the hardest question. Does the springy stairs, something like this idea, even going to work or not? Because human movement is very complicated. You think they're going to do one thing, but they never do the thing. So with a good intention that we make stairs, there's the possibility they may not work. So that was the first question, and the very important question we tried to address in our the most recent work. And because we have shown that the stairs do work the way it's intended, and the users do like using the stairs, I think that's the hardest the obstacle that we are actually taking away into commercialization. So we're hopeful that this will be coming out to the market hopefully pretty soon.
You must have, you and your teams, you've got the best job in the world, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is the moment that I really appreciate having this specific job, yes.
What are you working on? Are you working on some top secret things?
No.
Come on, Professor. What have you got? Have you got anything up your sleeve that's going to revolutionise, I don't know, door handles or things?
Well, we'll see. There's a couple of things that I'm trying to develop, but probably too premature.
Okay. Listen, one final question. This is completely off topic, but I notice you're in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've heard of Atlanta because I believe that it's Athens, Georgia, where REM come from. I know very little about Atlanta. What's it like living there?
Oh, Atlanta. Okay. Oh. Well, it's.
You don't sound very impressed.
Well, I miss living there. I have been only there for like a couple of years, but I do miss there, partly because of the liveliness of the city. It feels like the pump of blood in the vein that's kind of all over the city. It's very young and very powerful city. Yeah.
Professor, I've really enjoyed chatting to you. Any more developments, any more breakthroughs, and we'd love to have you back on.
Oh, I would love to do that. Thank you.
Nice one, man. Thank you very much. That's Professor Yoon Sung Song. That was fun. I love that. What a nice man.
An actual inventor.
An actual inventor that also is, and you think, oh, it's stairs, but having, talk about being with my mum today, she can't walk at all now, but there was a period in her life where this would have been brilliant.
Also,
this would have been brilliant.
There's applications for sitting down as well and getting back out of chairs.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Professor. What a nice man.
Great.
Enjoyed that. Bouncy stairs. That's what we want. Do you remember ages ago, they had those... they were like roller skates, except they weren't roller skates. They were like pogo sticks for the feet.
Yeah.
With the spring...
With like a squashed diamond underneath.
Yeah, and do you remember Chris Tarrant tried it in Hyde Park and broke his ankles?
No,
yeah, Chris Tarrant did it. Broke his ankles. That sold well. Here's the thing I don't get. Hoverboards. They don't hover. They're not hoverboards. Well, why are we stupid enough to call them hoverboard? Do you want some hoverboards? Well, yeah, when they hover...
That's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it?
Well, they all kept setting on fire and burning houses down, didn't they?
I saw a kid in McDonald's on one once.
Wasn't there a robber that like went into Asda or something and just meow, meow, putting the sweeties in his pocket, meow, straight back out again?
Everyone was too busy standing back going, look at that idiot.
What a knob, get a job. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number, the late night alternative on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
That was all right.
Talk and entertainment
That was all right.
across the nation.
Talk
And
Radio.
imagine it like,
Give
do you
it
remember
some
that game
lift.
Perfection where you could pop it down?
Uber on
And
Talk
then
Radio.
when you pressed
Work
it
or
again, it
not
was
at the
released.
touch
That's
of a
what it is,
button.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Uber.
Pop-o-matic thing.
Where to?
My name is Candace. I'm 34 years old, football lover, father of one. Before I became partner with Uber, I was working as a parcel delivery driver.
Kevin Smith
When
has
I
liked to
became
reply.
partner with Uber, I got more time for my daughter.
He's film
I got
director.
more freedom, better life now. I have to be honest, So it did help me quite a lot. I don't have to be there every day. And it's more professional. Everything's done by app. You get to meet quite a lot of people. There are really funny people out there, especially at night time after 12. So it's really fun talking to them. I mean, when you're driving and when you talk to someone, time goes quickly as well. And I really enjoy what I'm doing.
Uber on Talk Radio. Work or not at the touch of a button. Uber. Where to?
Uber.
Visit
Where'd
uber.com/drive
you get
UK
your
to
trousers
find out.
from?
Have I got PPI? Want to know if you've had PPI? Find out with our free PPI check.
The team at Stanton Fisher recently claimed back over £4,500 for me. This money was invaluable, as I'd been out of work for a little while, and it gave me some breathing space.
But the claim deadline is set for August 2019. So text check to 80800 for your free PPI check. Have I got PPI.com? That's check to 80800.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Someone, thank you, another Ian, has just sent me a tweet of a picture he's taken in Newcastle. Now, in Newcastle at the Stand Comedy Club, there were some posters of us. And he's taken a picture of one of the posters.
Mm-hmm.
And he's written, Ian, I have no idea what this means, but saw it in a comedy club in Newcastle, thought you should know. So it's a picture of us, and someone's written across your neck,
Oh, God.
you love Beach Boy, Ian. I've got to retweet that. That's you love Beach Boy, Ian. That's brilliant. We were lucky no one drew crying cactuses on those pictures.
I know. And my chest is the biggest white area, so that's what's asking for it.
I've literally got no response to that.
On
That will
the
stop me.
poster.
That will stop me getting slapped or losing my job or facing a tribunal. Good evening, Dom.
Boastful, isn't you?
Isn't it though?
Isn't it just?
Isn't it?
I'm going to do a hit and run, but you just reminded me when you were going on about the...
Are you going to do a hit and run? I'll get in there first. There we go. You see, he's going to try. Just go.
Don't play a player.
Yeah, go, guys. He's waited 20 minutes for that. Don't tell me you're going to do a hit and run, guys, because I'll hit and run you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, 9 till 12. I'm filling in for Dr. Pam. I'm filling in Dr. Pam's slot. If you want to phone in about sex and relationships, you can do. But we're going to do calls straight to air for those whole 3 hours, 9 till 12, straight to air. You can phone in about anything. You can play silly noises. You can make strange farts, whatever you want. Spread the word, though. These straight-to-air shows only really work, well, they work the best when loads of different people phone in. So spread the word. Twitter, Facebook, whatever, wherever you are. Tell your friends that Saturday night, it's a one-off for now. Just this Saturday, 9 till 12 at night, we'll be taking calls straight to air. How's about... my default is to go into Savile. That's my... default. And
Resist.
Rejoice, rejoice, you have no choice but to carry on. Now this is a strange story. You mentioned this yesterday, but now there are pictures of it everywhere. It's the strangest picture. And all of the headlines are taking the mick.
I know. Is it this couple?
Hurty dancing. And you mentioned this last night, but I hadn't seen the picture. Disaster for couple who tried to recreate iconic Hollywood movie street. Mm-hmm. And the picture of the accident, just after the accident,
it's terrible.
Is quite distressing. They are not the only engaged couple to be inspired by Dirty Dancing when choosing what to have as a first dance at their wedding. But when Andy Price and his fiancée Sharon Price... Sorry?
That's handy.
No, it's Andy Price and his fiancée Sharon Price.
That's handy though, isn't it?
No, it's Andy. Andy Price and his fiancée Sharon Price.
Oh, I see.
They're brother and sister.
Hope not.
Decided to have a little practice. They most certainly did not have the time of their lives.
Good one.
As they recreated, so this, I'm not seeing Dirty Dancing, but this is the thing where she runs towards him, jumps up, and he lifts her up, and she's completely flat as a board, lifts her up, and they spin around a bit, and then he gives her one.
No.
I've not seen it. As they recreated the famous scene in which Patrick Swayze lifts Jennifer Grey above his head as she leaps into his arms, things went horribly wrong. So they're doing it outside. Now, he's a big bloke, right? He's a big lad, this fella. He looks a bit like a bouncer, right? She's also quite a big lady, right? So, you know...
Equally matched.
Equally matched. But, you know, both of them, I think, are putting a lot of faith in the other one.
I also wonder how many... Well, what we can draw from the fact that this happened in a pub garden.
Is there a video? Where's the video of this?
Well, that's what I'd like to see.
As they recreated the scene, things went horribly wrong. Instead of a graceful lift, there was a sickening thud as the pair collided and ended up in hospital. Mr. Price, 51, was knocked out cold, while Miss Price, 52, there we go again, was so badly winded she couldn't breathe.
Winded.
The winding's quite seriously...
I know, but it still feels hilarious, doesn't it?
No, but
winded.
to be winded, though, is a serious... it's a serious complaint. You shouldn't laugh at those that have been winded.
I don't think you could be hospitalised for it.
I've actually been asked to be the patron of for the people who are severely winded. Hang on a minute. I can have a bit of fun at this. I should have thought this before. Hang on. Winded. There we go. I've been asked to be a patron for people who have been winded and are non-communicable.
Is that with a K or a C?
Don't matter, because these have been winded and non-communicable. So actually, I'm spokesman. I'm a patron of the charity for these people, winded and non-communicable. WANC. You got it. Okay.
You said it as well. You didn't me.
You got it. Okay.
That's quite a difficult manoeuvre, even if you're not bouncer side. I've done that in a club and been told if I do it again, I'll be asked to leave.
Really? Who are you doing it with?
My mates.
Patrick Swayze.
My friend Ben, who's 6'4".
Relatives
got
with
quite
them
high, could touch the ceiling.
in a pub garden in Weston-super-Mare, Somerset, thought they were joking and left them for an hour. No, they didn't. But called an ambulance when they realised the pair were hurt. Doctors at the hospital laughed when Miss Price told them what happened. It's fair to say it didn't go to plan, she said. The couple from Knowle, Bristol, plan to marry next year. I think we'll go for a slow one. Miss Price said.
A dance instead of...
I think we'll go for a slow one. Flipping it. Dirty dancing.
You don't want to be winded on your wedding night.
Well, if you've been affected by any of the issues, then please get in touch with the charity that I am patron for, Winded and Non-Communicable.
What's the helpline number?
03444991000. And it is specifically for either singles or couples that have been winded and knocked out. So it's winded and non-communicable, okay? Or I'm also patron for another charity of winded and knocked out. No, winded and nearly knocked out. Kath.
I know.
Katia!
Hello.
Hello, Katia.
You've been winded.
And nearly knocked out? Or non-communicable?
Communicable, yes.
How do you say winded in French?
Le window?
The window?
I was right.
No.
No,
that's la fenêtre. Everyone knows
La
that.
fenêtre.
Yeah, la fenêtre.
La fenêtre.
Yes.
Alors,
So it said.
So you've discovered the Etsy. It's very addictive, isn't it?
Yes.
It's just...
The internet...
myself.
Right, hang on a second. Let me try and move you.
Hello?
Hang on. Let's try that. Is that better?
Oh, that's better.
Right. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Right, what do you want?
Oh, yes, I heard you. on the radio today.
That's my job. That's what I do.
Yes, and you were talking about your boys. I asking you about the porn.
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, my 5-year-old said to me today, there's a scene in Spider-Man where the boy typing the computer says, I'm looking at porn. Big laugh, and my 5-year-old turns to me and says, Daddy, what is porn? And I felt so... I thought it was funny, but then I felt really bad that word was coming out of my child's mouth.
Yes.
So I got my phone out and I said, this is it, son, and you don't want no part of this. It's bad. No one wins. No one wins.
So, that made me think about something that happened to me this week.
Oh, yes. You made a porno.
Well,
Katia does Dallas.
I almost did, but I did not then.
Yeah?
Because, well, guess what? I'm changing my career, so I'm being a voiceover artist. Blending my voice. Anyway, so I've received this script.
The crypt?
The script.
Script.
For the porno.
What?
Oh, is it porn for the blind?
I can't believe it. Anyway,
Read it to us. Read it. Let me get some music. Hang on.
No.
I
can't.
Hang on a minute.
No, it took me 10 minutes because this lady, she sent me the text. It's in French anyway.
Yeah, even better. We can broadcast it without getting told off.
No. And I've raised it from the PC memory where I can remember a little bit. Yes?
Make it up.
Make it up. No. And it was synopsis. Guess what? It was synopsises of porn movies. Can you really make me the synopsis? Yes, you can, actually, it turns out. And anyway, I couldn't believe it. I said to the lady...
Katia, can I just speak to Catherine off air for a second? The phone's going to go dead. You won't hear us, but I just want to... I have got no idea what she's talking about or even by her standards. Well, this is absolutely making no sense.
I mean, it's been a while since I've spoken French to a proper French person,
yeah.
If she's not one. But from her accent, what I'm guessing is, I think someone wanted her to...
Do me a favour.
Summarise a mucky movie.
Do me a favour.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak to her in English. Can you do the rest of this call in French?
No.
Away you go.
Alors, Katia, dis-moi ce que s'est passé.
Alors, ce qui s'est passé, donc j'ai reçu un script à faire pour un film porno.
Oh là 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 là.
Bon, j'ai dit, à mon avis, c'était plusieurs, vraiment. Hein. Et alors, oui, voilà, le truc, c'est que... I said, Roger, guess what...
En français, s'il te plaît.
Allô?
En français.
Ah, j'ai dit à Roger, devine un peu qu'est-ce qui s'est passé.
Mais tu dis Roger, mais c'est Roger qui n'existe pas, vraiment. Hein.
Voilà. J'ai dit, il veut que je fasse du porno.
Et qu'est-ce qu'il pense?
Voilà. Et voilà, moi j'ai dit non, je veux pas le faire. Hein?
Et Roger, il veut le faire.
Non. And he asked me...
En français.
How much did they offer? I said I didn't ask because I don't want to do porno, you know, with the voice and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, so see, we've got these big differences, Roger and I.
Well, definitely, but you should have asked how much first, huh?
Thanks for calling. I started to understand. You eat my last bit of watermelon.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's still mine.
Have it.
I started to understand what she was saying towards the end of that.
It's funny that, isn't it? After a while, you get accustomed.
Yeah. I don't want that. It's rank.
It's not nice.
Get rid of it. It's horrible. I had a mouldy fruit pastel today.
What for?
Oh, just for a laugh. I don't really feel the show as I don't feel we've really
got any purchase.
No, it feels a bit flat tonight.
No.
Everyone will go, oh, it's fine. Yeah, whatever. What do you know about radio, guys? I'm the expert. I'm the professional.
It's got certificates.
And it feels a bit flat tonight. Not quite sure what we're going to do to bump it up. Well, it doesn't matter. Craig will give us something. Good evening, Craig.
Evening, Ian and Kath.
Hey.
There we go.
So this rabbit hole tour
Yeah.
could be coming to Cardiff.
Do you know what? Possibly. Although Bristol might be it. We're going to. We might be, but you might have to come to Bristol.
Oh, across the border. Come on.
Yeah. Well, maybe. If you can find a small venue, then yeah, we will.
I sent one, but it might be pricey. An email about the chapter art.
Did you sent it to me? I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, it's where Go Faster Stripe do a lot of their recording.
Okay. Ah, the lovely Chris Evans.
Yeah, so that'd be good.
Yeah, maybe. We'll certainly look into it. Maybe, yes, possibly.
It's a really leisurely tour, so
Yeah,
we've got plenty of
it's
time.
it kind of starts July the 29th in Manchester, and it'll go on to January, February next year.
Or until we get fed up.
Yeah, so it's just. But this is part of our plan to become less London-centric and more funkadelic.
They got a lovely. Again, I've sent you the details, but they got a lovely two-cinema complex part of the Arts Theatre place.
Okay.
And the second cinema part has got like 57 seats. And it's all nice and red. It's a lovely little venue.
Well, we're definitely going more colour than size, aren't we?
Yes, it's all about the colours for us. Craigie boy.
Disabled seats as well.
What?
2 disabled spaces as well.
There we don't want any disabled people at the show, Craig. Not after yesterday. No, of course. Well, that's only two. Only two. Well, we'll have a look. I'll have a look into it. I'm kind of booking. The thing is, as well, we can't. What we really want to do, what we'd really like to do, is do like a radio show somewhere on a location on a Friday and do a rabbit hole the Saturday or the Sunday and do that kind of sort of every week. But we've got kids and we've got family and we've got real life commitments. So there's only so often we can tell our families we're disappearing for a weekend. So we're sort of looking at one every 3 weeks, kind of. That seems about. I think that's fair on everybody concerned. So, but we will have a look, Craig. If you've sent it to me, then we'll have a look at it.
Excellent work.
Is that it?
Yeah.
There we go. That's fine. We were beating around the bush there. 0344 499 1000. The late night alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Start your engines, petrol heads, and don't miss the motor show. It's automotive for the people on your radio.
Sports cars, pickups, 4x4s, GTI or coupe. What convertible is best to buy for a bloke who wears a toupee?
He's the motor mouth with the V8 brain. His car know-how is stunning. Listen to Revved Up Andy J and get your motor running.
The Motor Show with Andy J.
Expert car talk that doesn't use a sneaky gadget to improve emissions.
Tomorrow afternoon from 3 on Talk Radio. Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
I know what winded is in French now.
Oh, yeah.
Poussif.
Poussif. Poussif. Poussif. Poussif. Poussif. Men on the web lie about jobs, but women fib about looks. I said, men on the web lie about jobs, but women fib about looks. All together now. Men on the web lie about jobs, but women fib about looks. Here we go. 2 in 5 of us admit to telling lies online. That sentence doesn't even mean anything. 2 in 5 of us admit to telling lies online.
But those people are liars.
Why are you shouting?
I'm not.
Okay. I've lied online. You've lied online. Everybody lies online. Everybody.
That's what online's for.
Everybody lies online. A report claims that while men stretch the truth about their career and fitness, women fib about their appearance and love life. Those who admit they lie online do so on average twice a week. What? Literally every day I'm lying on the internet. Literally every single day. Every flipping day. With men telling fibs 3 times more often than women. The survey of 2,000 Britons by... I never say the name of the company.
No, because it's all a con.
Well, steady on, mate.
It is.
Well, it's a little bit libelous.
No, what I'm saying is these reports, they're not really interested in the report. They just want you to say their name.
Found that...
Like Beyonce.
40... Oh, look, this is terribly written. Look at this. The survey of 2,000 Britons found that 42 per admit... You missed out the word cent, guys. 42% admit
42 perverts
to telling lies on social media, discussion forums, and dating, job, and review sites. 1 in 6 has set up a fake profile online, mostly so they control others. I know of an ex-radio presenter that does that. In fact, I know a couple of radio presenters. Let me write down.
Haven't they got jobs?
Well, one of them has.
Consciences?
The other one...
Lives.
You can't see what...
Those things?
Those 2 guys.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One doesn't surprise me, one...
Yeah, threatened someone who was reporting him to the authorities. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. Just having a little bit of backstage bants. 1 in 6 have set up a fake profile online, mostly so they control others by posting negative comments anonymously, while 70% have used social media to make an ex jealous. 1 in 7 admits to creating a false impression of relationships through posts and pictures that do not accurately reflect it. A third of those... Oh, come on, guys. A third of those who use dating websites admit to lying. Shut the front door. If you're on a dating website, you're going to be lying. Of course you're going to be lying about your waist, your chest, your age, your CV. Of course you're going to... No one go...
Your fitness to be out in public.
There's a reason why you've had to resort to online dating, right? So you're not going to then be honest on there as well, are you? For crying out loud! 03444991000. The most common dating profile fibs are about their weight, their height, okay, and their hobbies.
Oh, I know why. Well, you make yourself sound more exotic.
Okay, well, what? The very fact that you've got a hobby means you're a loser. I got hobbies. I like to do my hobby. Well, I can't come out on a Sunday, you see, because that's my hobby day, and I like to go to my shed, and I like to do my hobbies. Oh yeah, what hobbies are they? Oh, I like to masturbate into a bucket.
Oh, for God's sake!
That's what their hobbies are. Dirty people like to do my hobbies. While I'm watching Kim Marsh on Coronation Street.
Wow, that was very specific.
More? Well, what hobby? I mean, what are your hobbies?
Well, if I had to, I don't really have hobbies because I haven't got time. But
now you're going to lie. If I had to say,
I like, pina colada and getting caught in the rain.
You like
no
doing it on the Cape at midnight. So that's not rude.
I've never been on the Cape.
I don't even know what a Cape is. Batman. More than a quarter of women who admit to lying. Here we go. This is it. And now we get to the crux of the matter. What's a crux? Thank you. More than a quarter of women who admit to lying confess to using filters to enhance photographs of themselves. That is a form of lie. It's a digital lie. That's it. To use a filter is a digital lie.
Wow.
Other popular social media fakery includes posting exercise photos when they're not in the gym. To say that I'm in the gym now, but it's a photo they took 2 weeks before. Oh, really?
Or I like the online lie I really like to spot is the one where it's just woke up like this and they've got a full face of makeup.
And uploading an old holiday snap in the hope that others will presume they are travelling. So the top 10 lies on social media, what those who admit to lying say they fib about. So, men lie. Flipping next. So lying about their job, 16% of women, 34% of men. Love life relationships, 15% women, 27%. Food, lying about food. What would you lie about food for? 15% of men lie about food.
What does that mean?
What's that mean? What is that like saying?
Oh, I had a delicious spaghetti bolognese and all they've had is a baked potato.
I had a cheese sandwich, but it wasn't proper cheese, it was Dairy-Lee. Is that it? Is that a lie?
I think I might be doing the internet wrong, because I don't get it.
Exercise, 30% of men, 4% of women. Basically, men lie. And lying about valuables they own, 4% of men, 7% of women lie about valuables that they own. Naughty lying women! What stupid thing to say? Oh, yeah, people lie on the internet.
Yep.
Do you know what? This isn't working for me. We need to have a little regroup and a rethink. Let's go to a break, and when we come back, man alive, we're going to kick this show right up the jacksie. Periscope, you're off.
Online and on
You're off.